Hello everyone. Long time no see, no talk. Yes, I really wanted to do this video in a cinematic way, to be honest. Yeah, in the streets, in a good location, but I couldn't. I'm so sorry. But now, something inside of me has made me to speak again in front of the camera. Even if this video is not recording in a professional way. So, today I want to discuss with you about feeling strange in our own country. Yeah, there is a one thing we don't expect, like going back to the place that once meant everything. Our childhood home, our old neighborhood, yes, um, and realizing it doesn't feel like ours anymore. Yeah, nothing has changed. Everything is still there. The walls, the house, the streets, familiar faces. Yes, but something invisible has shifted. We stand where we once belonged, and suddenly we feel like we are strangers. Yes, I believe that you also had this kind of feeling when you went back home, or even if when you are at home now. So let's talk about the reasons. So, one more thing. Most of the time, we think culture shock happens only abroad. Yeah, new food, new customs, new language. But one of the hardest forms of culture shock happens at home. Um, we didn't fly anywhere, we didn't cross a border, we just grew up. When we grow, but our environment stays the same, we feel like out of place. Yeah, even in the place that made us. Am I right? We have learned new languages, and every language reshapes how we think. Every language that we choose opens a new world, not just new words, new grammar, but new rhythms, new ways of thinking. And English might make us more direct with feelings. Yeah. Nowadays, I'm learning German, and German might bring um, clear, exact structure in the language. And I'm learning Turkish too. Turkish might bring softness in formality, or for example, Russian um, might carry silence with weight, you know. And uh, and then when we go back to our original language, something feels smaller, something feels tighter, you know. I'm not talking about the real Uzbek language, you know. Uh, I exactly know Turkic languages, including Uzbek, is rich, no doubt. Full of emotions, full of advanced words, full of good explanations. Yes, I exactly know that. But now I am talking about the Uzbek language that we use on a daily basis. Yes, and it feels like the sentences around us cannot hold the size of our thoughts. Yes. We have been exposed to different worldviews, and we cannot act like we don't see them. Through the internet, books, films, travel, or study, we have met new ways of living and thinking. We have learned about mental health, about identity, and boundaries. Yeah, and we have started valuing different things. Honest, for example, honesty over politeness, um, boundaries over blind obedience, or um, freedom over strict routine. Yes, and but when we carry those ideas to home, they don't always fit. We try to explain, people don't understand the context. Um, we act, but it gets like misread. We feel like, but there is no space for it. Yeah. And what does that mean? That means clarity turns into loneliness. We have stopped looking at our home like nostalgia. When we were younger, everything seemed warmer. Family gatherings, family dinners, grandma soup, dusty attics, favorite trees, fruits, yeah. But growing up makes us notice that once we ignored gender roles, silent sacrifices, unspoken pain, or even financial struggles. It's hard to admit that not everything was beautiful, actually. And some of that comfort we allowed was built on fear, silence, or just pretending. Yes. And so we begin to live in between, not fully from here anymore, not from elsewhere either. It's not just about streets and buildings or something else. It's about psychological disconnection. We know every corner. Why am I doing so many hand gestures? Oh my god! So, we know every corner. We still hear our childhood nicknames, but it feels like distant. Yeah. We visit our old home. For example, imagine the chairs are dusty, the garden is overgrown. Yeah. Memories are still alive, but the present feels empty. Our loved ones are still alive, but the bond between us feels thinner. Not because they have changed, but because we have. And sometimes this change, or we can call it our growth, might feel like a betrayal. Yeah. And it sometimes really hurts. Feeling like a stranger at home or in our own country even doesn't make us arrogant, but that means our eyes have opened a little wider. And I should mention that we are not better anyone. We are just different now. Yeah. Am I right? So, and in cultures where changes looks like obedience, that's not an easy way to carry. Yeah, I feel that. So, conclusion. How is my conclusion? Maybe we will always feel in between. Or maybe we belong or we deserve more than one world. And now that's okay, I think. Thank you for listening and watching. If you have any ideas, opinions, please let me know in the comments section. Thank you so much.